Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, April the 27th, 2023. Thursday, April the 27th. I am so mad at Phyllis. I could just spit everybody. Spit! I'm so mad. I was going to save her for last, but I am so pissed off at the way they've decided to tell that storyline that I'm going to go first. How could a woman who claims to love her child so much that you would make your child now an accomplice in your crime? How could you do that, Phyllis? As she was emotionally blackmailing Summer, my fists were balled. I'm saying curse words in my head. Really? No. Let me correct that. I'm saying curse words now in my head. I was saying real curse words at the screen. See, you screwed up, Phyllis. She even said, I didn't think I made a big, I screwed up. Yes, you did. Now you've told your child you committed a murder. You're framing an innocent woman. I don't care how bad Diane is, what Diane's done in the past. I don't care about all that. You're framing her, which was okay if you were the only one carrying that burden. Summer is married to the man that you're framing his mother. And you expect her to go along with that. Not even expecting. You told her that she has to choose, because Summer says, no, Diane is innocent. What? Diane is not innocent. Diane let her child think she was dead for years. Diane, Summer's like, you did the very same thing. No, I couldn't go through with it. It's only been days. No, there's nothing alike. Oh, so you've committed murder? You have just framed Diane for your murder. Yeah, Diane did leave. Nikki was the one really holding the bag. But see, the way Diane's murder went down, alleged murder, could have been a number of folks, right? Phyllis and Stark targeted a absolute person to frame for this. And Summer has always been pure-hearted. Yes, she's upset, she's grieving, so she's toughened up and just pissed off and saying a lot of things that have been pent down within her. But Summer, even though you know what, I don't want to even say the name Nick Newman in a good conscious light, but Summer has always had more of Nick's conscious and personality. That moral compass. It was not from Phyllis at all, right? As a matter of fact, Summer wanted to tell Daniel, taking out her phone, and Phyllis is like, no, you cannot take. She goes, but Daniel's hurting. Daniel needs to know. Phyllis, I can't trust Daniel to do. Daniel, did she say? She said, I can't trust Daniel to do the right thing. But what she was really saying is, I can't trust Daniel because he will do the right thing. He will do the right thing. And she knows Summer can be emotionally manipulated. Summer wants to go to the police. She says, Mom, look, He tried to kill you. You killed him in self-defense. We can get this all fixed up. Phyllis is like, no, I have to stay dead until I can figure out a way out of this mess. And it's not that she'll leave Summer alone. She's going to be calling or texting Summer on that burner phone of hers, having Summer do all kind of things. See, now Summer has got to walk back into the Abbott house. At this point, she has not lied to her husband. She has not lied to anyone. She's just been the grieving, bereaved daughter. And now from this point on, she's going to be a deceiver, a liar. Phyllis is going to, mark my words, Phyllis is going to cost Summer her marriage. Because you know how Diane is. Once Diane is exonerated, oh, she's really going to use everybody on how Summer, she sided with her mother. They'd have had me rot in jail for something I didn't do, even though that's not above Diane or beneath Diane, however you want to say it. But the fact of the matter is, Phyllis should have figured out her own lie and cover up story before she brought her daughter into this. That was the most selfish thing, I think, in the history of this character. This right here is the most selfish thing she has ever done. Ever. And you know how I used to say Phyllis was my, nope, you'll never hear me say that again. You never hear me say the character of Phyllis is my favorite one. It's not. I'm no longer Team Phyllis. No longer. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a woman on this soap. The only one that I could think of that I like is Lauren. I like the character of Lauren. They just don't give her a story. She's not an integral part in the workings and inner workings in Genoa City. But Phyllis, I'm through with her. Done. I don't blame Summer because she's so happy to know her mother is not dead. And like she said, I can never hate you for what no, I just know I can't live without you for the rest of my life. That's a natural emotion. But now, Summer, once that wears off, are you going to look at Kyle and say, I can live without him for the rest of my life? Are you going to look at Harrison, the little boy that you love, I don't have my water over here, y'all. You're going to look at let me get a cough drop. You're going to look at Harrison, the little boy that you love, and be able to live with that, say goodbye to them because you siding with your mother, and it comes out you're losing everything. You're going to lose everything. So I'm very disappointed that when Phyllis came to Summer, she didn't already have the cover story, a believable, viable cover story, because Phyllis still wants Diane to stay in jail for a crime she didn't commit. And now her daughter knows that her mother is the type of woman that has that kind of malicious, destroying trait within her. See, she may have heard rumors about the things her mom did in the past. Oh, but now she's seeing firsthand. And that's going to change their relationship forever. And good for you, Phyllis. Good for you. Okay, I didn't even pay attention to none of the Jack spouting off to Diane. Now, mind you, Jack is in and out of that jail like he's in and out of the coffee shop, right? It's after hours, and he's like, I pulled some strings, and I know you said, and she's like, stop coming. Fast forward. Fast forward. You pulling strings, Jack. You didn't pull enough strings to get a cot put in her cell so you can lay right there next to her. I'm sick of it. Sick. Jack is ridiculous. Okay, period. So I can't even tell you what they talked about. For one, I was so pissed off at what Phyllis was doing. Then we have self-righteous Nick, who's telling the truth, and Victoria won't. She don't care. It's come what may with her. It's like he told her, Vic, what are you doing? She's like, Nate is an old friend of his. She goes, he goes, wait, you want me to hold down the fort? You're going to LA to make some acquisitions. Is mom going with you? She goes, no. She would rather see you sitting in my chair, running the company. She loves to see that. And he goes, okay. Are you going alone? No, I'm taking Nate with me. He goes, wait a minute, what? These are media acquisitions. It'll fall under his division. He should go. He goes, what are you doing, Victoria? What are you doing, Vic? You know this is wrong. You are playing with fire. You don't know what you're talking about. Stay out of it. And he goes, Victoria, you know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing, and it's wrong. You don't know. This is a business trip and nothing more. He goes, cut the crap, Vic. He goes, Nate, and she goes, and by the way, Nate and I have been friends because she goes, then she threw Sally up in his face. He goes, when word gets out that you're intimately involved with one of your direct reports, and so she goes, you didn't care about it when people found out about you and Sally. Because he goes, how long do you think you'll keep it a secret? She goes, how long were you able to keep it a secret? Right? And he goes, you want to know the difference? Sally wasn't in a relationship, Victoria. Nate is in a committed relationship with Elena. And you say you're friends with him. And she goes, you don't know what you're talking about at all. This is a business trip and nothing else. And she blows him off. And Nate goes to see Elena at the coffee house, telling her he has to go home to pack. But before he goes to see Elena, he goes to see Audrey. They're at Society, I think it is. And he's telling her, I'm going to need you to take over. I'm going to need you to handle, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, 2-3 days. And she goes, oh, okay. Going on vacation? No, business trip. We've got some acquisitions that are going to be brought under our umbrella, the media umbrella, and I'm going to work on those, I'm going to be there for those deals. Oh, well, can I tag along? I would love to watch you firsthand work these deals. I would be able to learn and grow. He goes, no, I need you here, like I said, to run the ship and monitor the projects we have in the works right now. Oh, but it's only a couple of days. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't mind. She would know that, it's business and I'm learning. And he goes, Audra, it's business and I'm learning. I am second chair in these deals. Victoria's first chair. And so she goes, oh. He goes, yes, I'm learning from her. I need you here to watch company. So then she goes, and then she gets that, oh, well, is Elena going? He says, no, Elena's not going. This is a business trip. Well, the first time you went, you asked her to go. He says, and it's a good thing she couldn't go because it was back to back to back meetings. Elena would have been bored out of her mind. So no. She's looking like Victoria, see, right? So then Nate goes to Elena and telling her, yes, it's only for 3 days. And when he gets back, he wants her to have in mind a place, that they can go away, so she could clear the books and, take some time off and they could just go away, just the two of them and yada, yada, yada. And Elena's buying it. She goes, okay. So he goes, but I got to rush home and I got to get paid. No, she goes, are you going alone? Yes, I'm going alone. And I thought, why would you lie, Nate? She's going to say, why did you lie? Because I already knew I was going to tell her. I don't understand why Nate felt he had to lie. If this is an innocent business trip, now see, here's the deal. If Nate were truly a straight up stand-up kind of guy, he would have said, no, Victoria, I'm going on the trip with Victoria. Now, I know, honey, I know you have reservations about it, but there's nothing going on. This is strictly business. I'm telling you. Whether he followed through or not, fine. But you want to know what makes it worse? Lying to her is going to make it worse. Because now she's going to say, you felt the need to lie to me. Now you know you up to no good. Now you know something is wrong if you look me straight in my face and lied to me. Yeah. So that's going to be good. So Nate leaves the coffee house, going to go home to pack. And Elena's still there. And she's actually thinking, she's smiling because she's thinking, where are we going to go? He wants me to think of a romantic place, a romantic getaway. And she's happy. And phone rings. It's Audra. She hasn't learned that Audra's her enemy, right? Initially, she was suspicious of Audra. Why she dropped all that? Oh, because Audra started giving her tidbits. See? Giving her info. So she goes, hey, Audra says, where are you? She goes, oh, I'm at Crimson Lights. She goes, Audra was at Noah's Club, I think, which they haven't shown in forever. And she's like, would you like to get together? And so Elena says, no, I got to go home. I have to help Nate pack. He is going out of town on business. And Audra goes, oh, okay. And Elena says, yeah, and I guess I got to help him. I'm going to go help him pack. And, when he gets back, he says, he's going to take some time off. I'm going to take some time off and we're going to go away for a romantic getaway, just the two of us. And so Elena goes, Nate and I are in a much better place now. We are. And so Audra says, well, that's good to hear. She's saying that on the phone, but she's like, And so Elena says, perhaps we could get together for coffee tomorrow. And Audra says, okay, right? So Nate's going to be gone. They're going to get together for coffee, and Audra's going to say, goodness, I admire the way you're handling this. And Elena's going to say, handling what? Handling the fact that Victoria is obviously making moves on Nate, your boyfriend. And you're comfortable with them going out of town together? And Elena's going to say, no, Nate's going alone. That's what he told me. And Audra's going to say, ooh, well, okay. And Elena's going to say, Audra, is Victoria with Nate? And Audra's going to say, yes, she is. I'll just go happily tell her. Said, I'm the one holding down the fort. Well, for Newman Media, but no, Victoria's definitely there. But Nate says he's learning from her. He's second chair. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. Yeah. But you know whose fault that's going to be? Nate's fault for lying to Elena. So I can't wait for that next week. Let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Sheila says it almost appears that Summer is much closer to Phyllis than her brother Daniel. Yes, she is. Phyllis did not raise Daniel. Remember, Danny Robalotti had custody, and he took Daniel away as a child. Daniel did not come back into Phyllis's life until he was a teenager. And then he was getting into a lot of trouble, kind of broody teenager. But yeah, Phyllis had she wasn't close to him. Daniel would even, I remember Danny even coming to town for a few times. He didn't bring Daniel. He was in town he was coming to see his Aunt Gina for something or another. And Phyllis would say, how's Daniel? And he's like, Daniel's fine. Do you have any pictures? You don't even send pictures. And Danny would look at her, and he might pull out a picture on his phone, maybe. Yeah, he cut contact from Phyllis, Daniel and Phyllis. And so Sheila said, I hope that Michael would have recused himself from taking Diane's case because of his relationship with Phyllis and her. Ashley should have been a witness to Tucker witnessing Tucker asking Audra to join him in his room. Let me see, joining him in his room. She would have been able to see that she was right, not to fall back in with him. Tucker wasted no time coming on to Audra. And it wasn't necessarily a come on. He's like, look, hooker, no, you want to go up to my room? It wasn't nothing. Yeah, she's just that side piece with nothing else come through. That's Audra, right? I was hoping Adam would turn Victor down because Victor would still be controlling him, even if it's behind the scenes. Well, Victor tried. Remember, Victor was trying to hire a second in command for Adam, and that should be Adam's choice. Jack needs to humble himself. He has completely forgotten how manipulative Diane still is. He was watching when she managed to fool and convince Jeremy that she wanted to work with him again. I know. And then Libby says, someone needs to slap Diane. So rude and bossy to Michael. I know, when he didn't even want to take her case. And it's putting a strain on his marriage. And she is just, right? If Eric Braden wins a daytime Emmy, you need to be by his side when he accepts the award, blah, blah, blah. Are we talking about Diane needs to be by his side? Because I know you ain't meaning me, you as a daily recap lady. Nope. Not at all. Let's see. You do the best Victor. when I think about it, I love doing Victor. And speaking of Braden, I noticed he's limping. Yeah. Oh, he had knee surgery in real life. And they also discovered, oh my God, when I read this for the first time, Libby, it's like, oh my God, no, prostate cancer, ICU. If now you know doggone well, I didn't know what no IIUC is. IIUC. I would have sat there and thinking, is that some type of prostate? What level is that? Libby? If I understand correctly, who would know that? Who would know that? That's just like saying ITT what WM. ITTWM. I think that's what it means. I forgot an I in there. Who would know something like that? At least you put it in parentheses. Thank you. A mix of both the less dangerous and the more dangerous kind. The dude he is 82 years old. Wow. See, getting up there in age. They still got the makeup right, the toupee. They do a real good job throwing that in because I can really tell he's probably actually bald in the top. But looking good, right? I'm not going to complain about him reading his lines off his cell phone or iPad. He always has in his hands. That's funny. One final thing. My last sweetie was 11 years younger. It was a great relationship, but he was a much more fascinating person than Nick. Okay, here's the deal. We're talking about May, December woman to man versus May, December man to woman. Usually when it's an older woman, younger man, yes, that is a very thrilling younger man, which is keeping her interested. Okay, same goes for older man, younger woman, but a lot of the times we also get that the younger woman is getting some financial security in on that too, right? Mm-hmm. So Nick is still not the catch. He is not. He is not a match for Sally, nor would that even float her boat a year from now. That is, I honestly see Adam hiring Sally and Chloe to come work at McCall, and Sally needing a job to support herself. Because if you notice, things never have progressed at Chancellor Winters, right? For her and Chloe. Good. I'm glad they slowed it down. So now, even though Chloe would say, not Adam, but guess what? They need to be gainfully employed. Their company needs to step off the ground. And Sally can run the media division of McCall Unlimited. Yes. So anyway, everybody, that is it. That is my daily recap for Thursday for the Young and the Restless. Let's see what Friday has in store for us.